Loading here now. Okay, great. So we are live today with Andrea from Karlande Designs, and myself and Neela are working with the company to kind of help them a little bit with their marketing and branding. So today we kind of want to talk about the design process and what the organization, I guess, does to get all their creativity and their beautiful and unique pieces of jewelry. So I guess we'll hand it over to you, Andrea, just to give us a little taste of what you have going on.
Okay. Well, what we basically do when people come to us with an idea or a concept, we work with them and we talk about the different colors, the different design options, different things that people could come up with. And we use we work with Swarovski crystals, so we have our chart here, and I don't know if you can see that very well, but we do have just about every color here in the different Swarovski crystals, and if we don't have them, then we can order them in. So if we're approached, say, by an organization, we go with doing some research on the colors that are associated with their logo, with their branding, and we try to work with that. So, for example, heart and stroke, we looked at obviously the red, and we use a heart in that. For the original cancer bracelet, it took me months and months, but for this bracelet here, so what I did was I spent a lot of time looking at the different colors and what colors were associated with different cancers, and then came up with the crystal that actually represented the color as closely as possible. When we did this one here, which was the Be the Change bracelet, this one commemorates the 25th anniversary of the Montreal Massacre, and so the colors to do with the anti-violence was the color that we had, and we had 14 crystals to represent the 14 women who were killed during that Montreal Massacre 25 years ago. So we work with the crystals, we work with Swarovski crystals, Swarovski pearls, sterling silver components, and we work with the people or the organization or the individuals, and we come up with something that would be suitable for them.
Beautiful. That bracelet there, it's really, really nice, and I love the purple. I know that that's generally associated with violence, or with anti-violence against women.
And it actually is I'm just going to...
Oh, sure.
This is another one we came up with because they said really we wanted something. They wanted something as well to target more for school students and that. And this is a little charm that we actually had to get produced by a woman-owned organization in Toronto. They did the charm for us, and it says, "Be the change you want to see in the world." So we can actually outsource some of the charms. So that one was actually outsourced to a company in Toronto who actually produced the little charm for us. So, we look at all different kinds of options and available ideas as well.
So for that one there with the charm that you had, the Be the Change charm,
yes.
Did you go with, I guess, did you decide on that quote like with an organization? How did you come up with the design for that bracelet? It's beautiful.
Absolutely. We were approached by the Coalition for the Prevention of Violence, South and Central, and the lady who we worked with that, we really worked back and forth trying to come up with a concept or an idea to stay away from the word violence and to really make it a positive and really focus on the whole concept of being positive about this and how we're all part of the community, bringing about change. And she was the one who actually came up with the Be the Change. So, and that's actually on our bracelet. We have a little charm with Be the Change. When we tried to find the charm for this, we found out when we did the research that there was actually some discrepancy as to whether or not, because it's been attributed to Gandhi.
Mm-hmm.
But when we did the research, we found out that there's still some dispute as to whether Gandhi actually said those words or not. So that's one of the reasons why we had to go to get a separate charm done that doesn't mention Gandhi in the charm on the charm itself, but we do make reference to Gandhi in the insert card. And this is another thing that we do. We try as much as possible to put insert cards in with our jewelry, so that it explains. So this one talks about the violence prevention.
Okay. What does it say there? Oh, it's beautiful. Be the change you wish to see in the world. You can make a change for the better when it comes to bullying. Wear your bracelet to show that you respect everyone everywhere. When we stand together, no one stands alone.
Right?
That's
And
really
again, we work with Linda from the coalition. She was the one we kind of worked back and forth and came up with the saying as well for that, or the insert card. So that's another thing that we do. We work closely with organizations to come up with something that works for them as well.
And so then how does that product work for an organization? How does, I guess, profit or donation part of that work?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Because what we do is we work with them and we set a minimum, a number. So if they order 50 or more, they get a higher percentage that goes back to them. So for example, with the Be the Change bracelets, they did order significant numbers, so they get a larger portion goes back to them. So it's usually around 8.5% that goes back to the organization. Right, and that's like with the bangles. We want to be able to get this out so that if a school or a group wanted to purchase at least 50, they would get back more money from the sale of the bracelets. So we could ship out to them. So for the coalition, we shipped out to them, let's say 150 bracelets. They sold them. Then they sent us back the money, and then we paid the taxes and took care of all that end, and then we submitted a check to them for their portion of the sales.
Awesome. So it sounds like it's a great opportunity for businesses. Like seems like they have to just help you decide on the product, and you guys do all the hard stuff.
Exactly, exactly.
I mean, you guys even really help design the product as well. I guess if you look at the different colors of the logos as well. So
yes,
you know, it's kind of a two-way street in that point. So.
Exactly, exactly. And also people can come directly from our website and order from our website, so we can take the burden off of shipping and handling and processing from that end as well. As long as they have a minimum number of orders that have gone through, then they reap the rewards and they don't have to do the work in that regard. So for example, our cancer bracelet right now, money goes to Daffodil Place in St. John's. So they sell the bracelets there. Then again, they remit the money to us, and then we cut them a check for their portion of the sales, as well as orders that come in online as well. We can give them a portion of the sales. Yeah. So it's a win-win-win.
Oh, sure.
Right? Yeah.
So with the cancer bracelet itself, because I know they're a pretty popular bracelet. They're really, really nice, and they represent a lot of things for a lot of different people. I'm wondering maybe if you can tell me a bit, just elaborate a bit on your design process with that. How did you come up with the pattern, or deciding on some of the colors, whatever you want to tell me.
It was a long process. It was because it took a while. And for example, if I look at testicular cancer, it was that's the number 14 crystal, because we go by numbers here. So it was. We had such a trouble trying to figure out what the color was and what the color, and then when you order sea crystals online, you order them in, they're not necessarily the color that you think they would be. So it was a process of trying to find out, and then you go to different sites, and different sites have different colors that different cancers represent. So what we did was I relied on the Canadian Cancer Society site a lot for going back and making references to the colors and that. So then it was a matter of how do you put them, in what order you put them. I must have changed that 50 times. And it just got to the point where I said, okay, this is going to work, and it's got to be. So that's the way it is. And that's with our charms as well, that are our insert cards. So we have a card that tells exactly which color represents.
Oh, okay, great. And so they represent, each color then represents a different kind of cancer, which is really great. It's kind of broad, especially for people who've been affected by multiple types of cancer. It's nice to have that. A lot of families I know are,
Exactly, and that's what we're in the business of, helping people connect with important events that happen in their lives. So, for example, with the cancer, I remember one story that was told to us about a lady who had lost her husband to cancer, and she was going through the grieving process, and they were trying to help support her, and she wasn't able to verbalize her feelings. She wasn't able to express how she felt, and then that was just when the cancer bracelets came out. And when she was given a bracelet, she went in the next time to the counselor and she said, this is the color my husband died from. So it opened up the door to communication for her to be able to verbalize how she was feeling. So there are people who may break a bracelet, and I've gotten people call me and say, can you fix it like right now? I need it now. Who are miss a bracelet when they don't have it. So there's a real important connection between the colors and the crystals that are chosen for different events and different situations.
So I get, it means more than just.
It's not jewelry. We don't sell jewelry. That's a sideline. What we sell is the connection. So, and again, like it could be for a cause, or it could be for an important person. So Mother's Day is coming up. We generally get a lot of orders come in because people want bracelets or earrings or necklaces or anklets to represent family members. So we can incorporate the birthstones of the family members in there as well. So that's another positive thing that people really connect with that. We can put charms, we can put mother, we can put mom, we can spell out mom, we can spell out children's names. We have all kinds of variety of charms and crystals and that we can use to help make the connection there. Another one as well, which we're really is becoming popular, are the bridal jewelry as well. This is one that was designed. I can show you here now, and I don't know if you can really get a good idea of this. This is absolutely stunning. So with the Swarovski crystals, and it glistens. And actually, Brittany, who's here now, this is going to be. We call this on our website Brit's Bridal because that's what she's chosen for her wedding day, and it matches her dress beautifully. And this is a bracelet to match it. And actually, Brittany just designed. Here's Brittany.
Hi, Brittany.
Hi. This is the new one.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It is absolutely stunning. When you see it in person, it really.
These here picks up every bit of light, and then the ones right here are Swarovski pearls, so you can change those whatever color you like.
So we have crystals to represent all the birthstones and colors, and we also deal with Swarovski pearls, which also come in a variety of different colors. So you can match them with bridal gowns, or with the colors of the wedding, or we've done bracelets with all the bridesmaids' birthstones put in them, or bride and groom and the birthstones. So, the sky is endless.
If a bride were interested, or like a bride for bridal, or if it was an organization for the bracelets, like the charity jewelry that we had discussed before, what would their process be? Should they call you? Is it online? What would you suggest for them to get in touch?
People contact us mostly online, sometimes through Facebook, because we have a lot of Facebook pictures we have more pictures on our Facebook than we actually have online. But we get people calling us. We get people going on the website sending us a question, because there's a contact us on the website as well. We get people calling us. We go to some of the bridal shows as well in St. John, so we meet up with people, and we send out newsletters so people can actually subscribe to our newsletters. And we get people contacting us on Facebook as well.
So if somebody did want to get in touch, the link to your Facebook and your website is in the description of our Google Plus page, so they'd be able to. So if anybody is interested in getting in contact with Andrea, you can certainly do so. Just check out the description of our Google Plus page, and all the information for contacting them is there for customization. Just thought we'd put that out there because you're making me want to get in touch.
Awesome. It's another one.
Oh, I love the pearls.
Isn't that gorgeous? Again, that was a special design. Most of our designs come from people. People say, can you do something along this line? Can you put this color in? Can you... Oh, I've got to show you. This is another one when my nephew got married. We did cufflinks with...
Cufflinks, that's so cool.
With,
Bullet.
Yeah, shotgun shells. And Brittany, when she's getting married this summer, her husband-to-be is a geek. So she's going to actually make cufflinks with the action figures, or
the
Marvel characters.
Avengers.
Yeah. So we can do all kinds of ideas. Yeah.
It's really hard, too, because I find, especially with men, it's so hard to get them anything. And what a great, a unique idea for your groomsmen.
The guys thought they had it made. This was a hit of the wedding.
That's awesome. And they're so fun and kind of a conversation starter then, too, for sure.
Sure, yes, absolutely. And we can also do things like wine charms. We give charms like for mother of the groom, mother of the bride, bridesmaid, friends.
Oh, and tell her about what we're doing now because my grandfather's walking me down the aisle. So I'm actually going to get a picture of me as a small girl and then have grandfather of the bride as cufflinks.
That's That's so sweet and like such a unique idea. You know, you can. It's only you. Like you'd be the only one to have that cufflink. It's so cool.
Absolutely.
It's a great keepsake, though, after the fact as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Definitely. Definitely. And I think that's all the questions that I have for you about your customization. This is awesome. It seems like basically your advice would be just get in touch with you guys and you can make it happen. It seems like you can make anything happen.
And if we can't, we tell people. You know, sometimes we'll tell people straight up. You know, I don't think, like, for example, we work primarily with sterling silver and Swarovski and Swarovski pearls. People want to know we do a lot with gold. We do gold filled, but we can't work with. I don't work with, you know, 24 karat gold because it's just too expensive to manufacture. So we tell people up front. We will do it.
We will be honest with you.
We'll be very, very honest with people about ideas. And we're also another positive thing, too, that we have a good turnaround time. That, you know, when we get orders come in, we generally try to process the orders within 48 hours. Most times we have them out the same day or the next day, but depending on the size of the order or if we have to order in crystals, specific crystals, it might take a couple of weeks. But generally, people are very pleased with the fact that they have a good turnaround time.
And do you create all the jewelry locally in Clarenville? Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's awesome. So
we do all of our designing in-house here. We have people, if we get a major order, we have people in the community who will string bracelets. They bring them back to us, and then we finish them off as well. So for large orders like cancer bracelets, if we run low on stock, we call people and they string the bracelets, they bring them to us, and then we finish them off and get them ready for shipment.
Yeah, it's nice to see the local involvement as well. Everybody likes to support local, so that's another positive
that's positive, yes.
Designing your jewelry products with you guys. It's really great.
Excellent.
Very cool. Well, Neela, do you have any questions before we...
I think you actually covered it all. Like, I don't know, like, designs are like going through my brain right now. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we love to hear.
Well, give us one more final show, Andrea. Just hold up a couple of those products, and then we will wrap it up.
Okay. This is the one Brittany just had, so it's not on her wrist anymore. And again, you can't really tell by this, but it's so sparkly. So again, we could change the color of the crystal or the pearls that are inside, or the crystals. We can. This is again the triple pearl. So we've done this with just a single strand. We can change the size of the pearls. We can change the size of the rondelles or the crystals in between. So we can put as much bling as you want, or we can put it very subtle. So, for example, in this pearl here, the bracelet for this one, very soft, pale. Blush color. We had another girl who wanted bright, brilliant pink, hot pink, and fuchsia black. So we can coordinate the colors with the outfits, and that's all we can do. You dream, we design. That's our motto.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today and to learn all about the different products. You certainly have designed many. I know. You know, I haven't got a ring on my finger yet, but one of these days, I know where I'm going.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Andrea.
Thank you.
And have a great day. We look forward to talking with you again on Thursday, I believe. We're coming up with
Perfect. And people can contact us at any time, and we'll get back to them as soon as possible.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.
Have a great day.
bye.
Bye.